Hey Taurus, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading from May 8th, 2024. This is for Taurus. Last shuffle for Taurus. I almost said March. You just don't even know. MA, and it's like red across my mind. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I jumped the gun, and I'm like, May. But behind a mask and commitment, this tells me that you may not be confident in anchoring your boat to this port. Like this may not be where you want to anchor yourself. You're trying to keep. This looks like you're unbothered. You're presenting as unbothered, or that's what you want to look like. You want to be. You want to be. I won't say cold and indifferent. It's not really what it is. It's like you're opposite of who you really are. You might be quite intense. Everything matters. You know what I mean? But you're trying. You may be in the space of saying, I want to not exude that intensity right now. I want to be cool and calm and collected, and let things fall where they fall. Let things happen where they happen and see what happens. I don't want to commit just yet. It seems like in the past you may have done so, and things may not have gone the way you wanted it to. Like it had a lot of potential but never really panned out. So you may not want to commit to something yet. It does not speak of it like a romantic connection or anything like that, although I'm sure that's typically what everyone is asking for most of the time with tarot. But this is not speaking of like a romantic connection at this point. Some of it is, but it's talking about many different things, right? So Star and Queen of Swords, a lot of you, this could portend or speak of a surgery, or something that would heal you, something that would fix things, or it might be an investment to something. Like I'm going to, this is the first step to everything, which would be going, getting healing something. Like if it's surgery, this is not the end, right? There's surgery, there's also recovery, but then there's something else after that. Like maybe something to do, like you'd have to learn to walk again, you'd have to learn to do something again, or you'd have to do physical therapy or something like that. They're showing a vibe of you trying to be like a swan above water, paddling like mad underneath, as far as concern. In a sense, they're showing there's something about you wanting something, and now woo. Okay, so for some of you, that, like I said, with the surgery aspect, right, some of you may want this surgery really badly, or want this procedure done, or something done, or something diagnosed, or something here with this energy. Although I'm not seeing judgment, yeah, I'm seeing diagnosed. Yeah, for some of you that would be that, right? And now, if that's the case, they're saying that you wanted this a long time ago. Now time has come, and now you're at this place where you're like trying to act the same way you did at the beginning. Like they say they're going to do a procedure. It's going to be a month out or so many months out. And like you have time. So you have time to really be calm. Like, well, I don't have to worry about it now. It's not something I have to deal with. It seems like time is coming up for that. Some of you, this feels very specific. So like one Taurus, okay? But Spirit wants this to be said, that time may be coming up for this person or for you. And now you're trying to embody that feel that you had at the very beginning. Like, okay, time, it's very far removed for me, but it may be coming up like today, next week, or tomorrow. And now that it's like you're trying to, behind a mask with the Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Wands, the Star, like trick your mind, psych yourself out. Like, oh, it's still a month away, knowing that you're getting dressed out, you're getting prepared for it. You might be, you know what I mean, in pre-op or something. There's something about that going on, but that's for some of you. Others of you, this is about you being letting things fall where they may, in a sense. Like, I'm unbothered, I have hope. You may have prayed, you may be meditating on something. There's a choice that needs to be made. It may be a very difficult choice. You may feel like you're caught between a rock and a hard place for some of you, and it may have to do with an investment. Behind a mask is the Seven of Swords with this behind a mask, and Seven of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Star definitely talks a lot about how your intention, what you're trying to do, what you want to do, is not show that you It's like you don't want anyone to see how hopeful you are. You may not want anyone to see how you prayed for something or how you want something so much that you were, I wouldn't say desperate, right? You don't want anyone to know that this is something you want bad. You know, commitment is the Six of Cups and the Three of Cups. This is almost like, I feel like you may have wanted something similar in the past, and it may not have gone the way you wanted it to. It was like potential, and the potential was never actualized. It was never realized. You know, Sacred Temple is the Seven of Swords and the Chariot again. And it says that you were meant to have a false start. That was meant to happen. Okay, so if you had a false start at any point, this was meant to happen. It was meant to kickstart you into critical thinking, right? To snap you out of maybe a sensitivity, to snap you out of something, okay? This is something, usually this is talking about you may not feel, there's a vibe of you not feeling confident in your steps, man. I mean, period, point blank. But then they keep talking about how there was a lot of anxiety, or there's some anxiety here, but it was not meant for you to, I want to say it wasn't meant for you to give up or to lose hope. It was meant to bolster you or strengthen your faith. If something was meant to strengthen your faith. Also, too, it looks like it was meant to put you on a new path or a different path. You may have gotten comfortable, complacent. Like, how we get comfortable and complacent sometimes. And not to say that that's not a good thing, right? It's good to be comfortable. But it may be with this combination that you may have been like, well, your fears may have given you that conviction to like disconnect. Like, I need to disconnect because I'm worried, I'm afraid. The professional assistance, though, with the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Swords tells me that somebody is telling you the truth about how you are sabotaging yourself. Someone is honest with you, like you're your own worst enemy. You're the one that's doing this to yourself. And this person doesn't really, they might say it in innuendo. They might say it in a way where it's like, you have no other choice. It was hard for them to tell you. Looks like it was difficult for them to tell you this, but they have faith in you. Okay, so someone may be helping you, and they may be like a worrywart, but then they come out and tell you you're the one that's worrying too much. Yeah, it might be another aspect of things. This may be a pain in the butt as far as stressing. The person stresses out a lot, but they're there for you, and they it's good to have someone who's a worrywart that's a helper to some degree, right? There's always a positive to everything, but of course the negative is, of course, that they do too much and they overwhelm themselves, and they come up with the worst case scenario so much that you just don't get anything done. But this person is focused on removing obstacles, or focused on obstacles, and they're looking and saying, you're the obstacle. You're the one that doesn't believe. You have to reconnect to this and have faith in your steps. And they may think that they may be fooled by your surface, by the mask, right? The mask is like, yeah, well, of course, I asked for this. Who knows where things will go? Knowing that you full well that you hope that it goes a wonderful, in a good direction. So that's what we got here. I know this is all over the place, but I got to read what's here. So you could be dealing with the Cancer and Aquarius, very strongly Aquarius. But we also have Gemini, Libra, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you could be an Aries, Taurus cusp. We have Taurus, Gemini cusp as well. You could be dealing with the Gemini, Cancer cusp, Cancer, Leo cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.